Why you want to hit your phone the phone?
You see what?
See what I see.
La 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 la. See what I see. La, look in my eyes. You see what I see. If you look at my life, you see what I see.
All right.
We ate it. We ate the choir.
We back with another episode of My Speaking Podcast. This your boy Mike, better known as Booby, aka Choke Yourself, aka Reese's Pieces.
Yeah, it's your boy Melatonin Mike, man. He put the cats to sleep over that bullcrap music he was playing. But it's your boy Dark Side of Daryl Donfit, Daryl Wild. He can't get up my face again. St. South Carolina. You know how I do it, man. Big DM. I'll let you boy, man.
And we got guests, as you can see. I'm gonna let them introduce themselves. You go first.
Okay, well, I'm Lil Booby. Hey, y'all, it's me again. It's Cassidy. Yeah, that's my dad over there. So I'm back, guys, and I brought my friend again. Introduce yourself, girl.
Hey guys, I'm Deja. I'm with her. And we're gonna have a great time in debate.
Go Rams. Okay.
Before we get started, we got to give y'all a slogan. We might not always be right. We might not always be wrong.
But y'all gonna get our modest opinion what we speaking on.
All right, and on that note, the reason we having this podcast tonight in this humid weather in Charlotte is because of one reason. My daughter friend Deja here was talking about Chris Brown. I made a statement about Chris Brown and Drake's song. Say that Drake was the singer in that song, and she took it as I was talking about Chris Brown, which I'm not. So we're gonna switch this up. We're gonna go because I know the newer generation, they love Chris Brown. The older generation loves Michael Jackson. It's just a simple topic we're gonna talk about tonight. Who's a better artist in overall, Michael Jackson or Chris Brown? Point blank. I'm gonna let y'all have the flow.
Go ahead, girl.
Well, I just want to say, Chris Brown, I rap for Chris Brown since I've been like 4 years old. But
that's the love of her life.
Yeah, that's the love of my life. But let's be honest, Michael Jackson though, like.
I mean, I hear a lot of the younger generation say Chris Brown is that man. It's just like the same debate with LeBron and Michael Jordan. The same thing.
That might want to hear about that.
I'm not. I see the same comparison.
Yeah, they're saying Chris Brown is our generation's Michael.
I'll say that. I'll say he's our generation.
But see my problem with that is there never needs to be another Michael. Michael was the only Michael. Exactly. He was Michael. So there is no this generation's Michael. Chris Brown is just Chris Brown. Michael Jackson was Michael Jackson. Can't nobody do what he did.
Thank you.
That was a great man.
LeBron and Michael Jordan. Thank you.
That was a great man. You can't fill shoes, baby, that ain't even empty.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Tell my partner, you cannot fill shoes that somebody already has made a monumental addition.
Them shoes closed, tied, locked, all that
in the ground.
I ain't talking about. I'm talking about Michael
Jackson.
I'm talking about music, man.
I'm just saying. I want to let you know again.
I'm scared of that one.
But like I say, so we're gonna stick with it. Michael Jackson to me is always gonna be the GOAT.
But you know what we need to do? You know what we need to do, my dad? The other day, he just discovered Heaven Can Wait. But tell him how good the Invincible album is. I've been trying. That's one of.
I'm not saying it's good. And then you looked it up and say, who made that? So who wrote the
Teddy
song?
Riley.
Okay, so I told you before I heard it, I was like, that sounds like a Teddy Riley song.
But I'm telling you, you need to listen to Invincible.
I'm not saying it wasn't good, but you got to realize, Off the Wall is to me and Thriller are classics.
Correct.
Correct. Since y'all seem like y'all going towards the Michael Jackson thing, over Chris Brown. They're both different entertainment-wise. They're both great entertainers, right? Michael Jackson, worldwide renowned, known.
Yeah.
Chris Brown, pretty much worldwide renowned, known as well. I mean, you got different characters. They both can dance. They both create their own dance moves. They both sing, write,
act,
produce, act.
Yeah.
I mean, you compare, but then, like I said, you got to compare apples to apples. Who you think is the? Let's do this right here. Let's break it down. Who you think is the better dancer?
See,
let's go. Let's break it down. You're gonna do
the better dancer.
It might be Chris.
Yes. Because I can say Michael just has the iconic moves,
and Michael's smooth with his. Yeah. He's really smooth with like gliding. But Chris got
when it comes like to dancing,
We ain't talking about
up there.
No, we ain't talking about flipping.
I'm not talking about flipping. I'm talking about
dance.
His choreography.
If you break down like dance to the basics,
Michael Jackson dance.
Yeah, like if you were to give some choreography like to a dancer, like a dancer, like it would be like Chris Brown style.
Chris would be like
so you saying Chris Brown? I'm asking you. So I'm asking you, since you're the older head, they said Chris Brown. You think Chris Brown cannot dance Michael Jackson? I think so.
Yes.
Okay. That's what.
But like I said, Michael just got the iconic moves. Like Chris doesn't have any moves that you be like, oh my gosh, like that's Chris Brown.
Like it would be more entertaining to see Michael because he's Michael. But if we was like in a studio and this was a dance class and they were beside each other, Chris would probably be like the one that's like, he hitting everything.
Who's a better singer then?
Okay.
If we're gonna break everything down, who's a better singer?
Oh Jesus.
They're kind of, I'm thinking, to me, they're both like on the same playing field. Like they're both like they're not really great.
I agree.
They're not bad. They're both like right on that.
Like they both got the falsetto. They both can go low. They both can hold the note.
It's tired of me with them.
I don't know. I be wanting to give it to Mike just because Mike wasn't even singing in his regular voice. Like he was so good at preserving his voice that he always sounded so on point.
Yeah.
You know, like he didn't even talk like that. Like he was just so good at caring about it. So it might be. I don't know.
It's a hard one right now.
That's a hard one.
Chris can.
But like that's what I'm saying. Chris can blow, and he can still blow. Not saying Michael wasn't really, but you know, you could tell his voice was getting just a little bit.
So
he was getting.
It sounds like y'all are on the fence of this one.
Yeah,
so I'm on the dancing wise, it was 3 out of 4 basically.
Yeah.
Singing wise, it seemed like y'all saying they're the same.
They neck and neck.
All right. Who's the better performer? Okay,
I gotta give
it. Let me rephrase it.
Right.
If you had your last dime,
and I had to go see Michael.
Those two are. You had your last money, and you had to go to see Michael or Chris, and you could only go one door. Mike over here, Chris over here. Who you want to see?
Michael Jackson.
Michael.
And that's weird to me. So y'all saying Chris is the same as singing. Better dancer, but you still gonna go see Michael perform.
Mike had an aura about him. Period. Michael, like he could literally walk on stage and probably sit, and I would rather be there than be anywhere else.
Yeah, he just has that presence about him. Like
so, Mike got the aura.
He's just like a great literally. Like I think I wouldn't see none of the concert because I'll be passed out.
Here go another category. Who got the most hits?
Chris, without a doubt.
Wow.
Nah.
I'm gonna take a sip on that. Wow.
Because Mike, I would say
Chris without a doubt.
Probably has more like on billboards and stuff like that. But I feel like hidden gems, like hits that you really think about.
Mike got a lot of.
So you think about
no skip albums.
You said yourself without a doubt. You said Chris Brown.
Hey, Chris got hits, man.
My daughter just said it. Michael Jackson Off the Wall album is literally a no skip.
So is Thriller.
Thriller is a no skip album.
For me, Invincible
CD is a no skip album. So you tell me what Chris Brown CD is a no skip, and I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna just wait. I mean, not. I'm saying not beat it. I meant to say Thriller.
Bad.
I meant to say bad, not beat it. Bad. They had a few, but for them first three albums, you can pick any Chris Brown albums. You can pick any Chris Brown albums. You can pick any Chris Brown album. Off the Wall, Thriller, Bad. You tell me a 3 album that Chris Brown has that can beat those 3 albums, then I'll shut up.
Saying that. Y'all see, you saying the question wrong.
Hits.
You said hits.
Yeah, and them those are he has hits on those albums.
But
iconic hits. Iconic hits.
Put in the comment section YouTube who has the most hits, Chris Brown or Michael Jackson. Chris Brown without a doubt. Because he has the longest.
Numerically, probably.
Yeah. But numerically,
but thinking about what people gonna like
and
more.
Then you talking about talking about Mike as individual. We ain't talking about he was with the Jackson. How many hits they had? Yeah. And my thing is, you really can't count the Jackson because he did all the singing. Jermaine might have had Greasy. Jermaine might have came in on a couple of them in there.
I Want You Back.
Man.
ABC. Rockin' Robin.
Listen.
Stop to let me say, baby. Dancing Machine.
Shaking.
Heartbreak Hotel.
Can you feel it?
Yo, he got a whole bunch of hits, man. Come on, stop.
Shake your body down to the ground.
Shake your body down to the ground.
And we're not even thinking about Michael early stuff. Michael on Ben. And then if we think about Michael in The Wiz, He got songs on there.
So for you to sit there, I'm really looking at you like wrong. For you to sit there and say automatically it's Chris Brown, you disrespectful. You are very disrespectful. I'm gonna tell you that in your face. Very disrespectful.
I've been trying to tell this hard head sucker. He think he know everything, but I know.
That's just my opinion.
I know my music, man. Chris Brown got more hits. We know albums.
I'm gonna tell you what my partner trying to do, and I'm gonna just go ahead and put it out there. I'm gonna clarify this. He wants to get the younger crowd to look at him and think, "Oh, he's a hip guy," and that's what you want. I get it. You want the hip crowd to say, "Well, you know, hip." I tell the truth.
That's your.
I tell the truth.
I don't think the hip crowd would agree with him either.
Y'all get mad and salty too.
What it is, you stuck in your ways.
It ain't stuck in my ways.
You stuck in your ways.
It's either great. And MJ and Michael Jackson are great. Kobe, LeBron and Chris Brown are good, but they're not just great as them.
You're stuck in your ways, man.
Call it what you want. Okay. Call a spade a spade.
So how you trying to figure out?
Call a spade a spade.
That's not it. It's music. Good music is good music.
Yeah, Mike got great music.
I think y'all are both right about each other. Terrible.
Mike got great music.
But you don't like listening to other people's music.
I listen to Chris Brown all the time.
What about other rappers?
Rappers? Which one? Nowadays?
Okay, yeah.
Drake. J. Cole, I told you know my list.
No, but okay.
He listen to mainstream rap. He don't go deep into it.
What mother you talking about?
That's what I'm talking about.
He
don't won't get no airplay in my.
That's what I'm talking about.
But okay, Method Man just said the same thing the other day. So what makes me so wrong for saying it? But he can't say it.
Wrong.
Okay, so everybody like what you like. Period. Point blank. If LL come out, he coming out with a new CD. LL about to come out with a new CD, and I go listen to LL CD. I go listen to Eminem CD. I'm not listening to the other little goofy stuff.
Wow.
Dude had a song.
Goofy.
My life. My life. That's all he can.
What's my life?
First off, did a lot just to live this here lifestyle.
Okay, whatever lifestyle. He had a song.
From the bottom of TikTok, my lifestyle.
Yeah, okay. And I make my point. Because literally said no word but lifestyle. He said no word but lifestyle. And y'all, you will play that. You will play that garbage in your car. You very.
Hey, it kind of go hard.
It don't go hard.
I got it in my phone too.
It
kind of go hard. That beat, that build up.
Y'all listen to that man-made song. I can see that. I'm a skip dog. It's just goofy. That's the goofiest thing I've ever seen. But anyway, we talking about Mike and
Chris. Let us know who y'all think is the better artist, entertainer. Michael Jackson or Chris Brown.
It has to be Michael Jackson.
I think it's going to be based on pretty much, like I said, old school, new school. So that's how a lot of people are going to look at it. You probably have a lot of people that's old school that's going to go automatically go with Mike.
And in the morning, I'm gonna make a short in the morning just to ask that simple question: who's a better overall entertainer, Michael Jackson or Chris Brown? Mm-hmm. Dancing, singing, music, performance on stage. Who would you want to go see? If you had your last money, just imagine you got $100. All you got left in your life. You can pick door A or door B. Mike in door A, Chris in door B. Which one you going to?
Can Chris world tour now? Do people still like him overseas? Yeah. Okay. Good.
And what they do with Mike when he came overseas?
Shut down everything.
Yeah.
Do the same thing with Chris.
So.
But also, I feel like tour and concerts was way different than it was nowadays. Because I feel like tours back then is like the only time you ever really got to see your artist. Like now we got Instagram, Twitter, all that. You can follow and see that person. So I feel like people really don't be pressed to go to concerts like they used to. Because I can see you on my phone. As back in the day, the only time you saw Michael is tour. He was on the TV for a music video or interview.
And he didn't even do that. Like he was.
So I feel like that's why it was more of like
iconic.
Yeah. And Mike was like, people really was going to his shows and passing out and missing the whole rest of the show, and that was like the time of their life. Like,
I would have passed out.
No, I'm absolutely sure. If I went to a Michael Jackson, I'm sure somebody has.
When I went to the Chris Brown concert, I ain't gonna lie.
I'm sure somebody has, but
Mike, everybody passed. People look at Mike and be like, "They go Mike."
She just made a perfect point. Like you said, Chris Brown got more access, more eyes. Everybody could get on their phone. Mike, it was like you couldn't hardly. Whenever you see me, it was on TV,
social media.
He literally could breathe into the mic, and everybody be like,
"Everything's social media."
That's all Mike got to do.
All he had to do is
listen. As soon as Mike come out, and say, "Hey,
get that little nut."
Hopefully, Chris can walk out stage and people just pass out.
Just hear that.
Mike got an aura about him.
Look, as smooth criminal.
That time back in the days, it was like that.
But don't it sound eerie similar to somebody else?
Oh,
you didn't want to talk about that?
Tomorrow R&B, man.
Oh, because he loves LeBron. And I'm Michael Jordan.
Y'all have got this conversation. This is separating black people.
About LeBron, like really?
Same thing. It's the same exact thing.
It's not the time. This tears communities apart. Just LeBron and Mike
conversation. Episode, he's going to talk about basketball, but like I said, man, when I hate in your heart like that.
Okay, question: who y'all think got the better discography? Like, really, like they pop or rock, R&B, ballad, all that good stuff.
Between them two?
Yeah. Yes, from beginning to end. I mean, from beginning to now. Like, all the way from Chris was popping to now.
You gotta realize he had those songs. Mike had songs with McCartney. What's up, man?
Paul McCartney.
He had songs with just different people.
So that's discography. So it don't even matter if he had it with somebody or not.
I would say just who just has the whole thing. All the albums included, all the singles included, all the features included.
And the crazy part about this, it's not like I don't like Chris Brown. I got a lot of Chris Brown songs in my phone.
I will say Chris Brown is the better feature artist between the two.
Yeah.
Well, Mike didn't really have features.
But that's because he kind of don't have a sound for features. He don't have the sound for features.
Mike didn't have to do features because he was the guy. People want.
But I feel like Chris was still that guy as well, but he
took features.
Like, I feel like Chris is that guy, like, he feature on the song you think is his song.
Okay, yeah. Well, prime example. Me and you talking about that. When Drake featured on his song, that's should be Drake's song. Drake killed that song.
What song?
That's a Chris song though, right?
Yeah. I think it's really both.
But it's on Chris' album, right?
Drake murdered that. Drake put that.
But I feel like when I say like they strictly stood. Drake had verses. When I say feature, I mean like they only strictly sung the chorus.
Yeah, they did have like a toss up.
Drake made that.
He's saying Drake took the song.
He made that song. You like, oh my! It just took me over the top. When Chris got on there, it was like, I'm like, okay, it was cool. It was like pop.
Yeah, when Drake said that,
when Drake came in there, it was like,
I can feel a lot. Gotta go teach me.
That's my opinion.
I feel like they both bought.
I mean, no, I'm not saying it's not a great song, but I feel like me personally, if Drake went at the beginning of that song would have been about a 7. Drake made that song a 10. That's just my opinion. Drake is a different. Drake is totally different. Out of any of these characters you talking about nowadays, Drake. People say they want about Drake, how they want to talk about him. Drake is different.
I would say I think that song got big because a lot of hype too.
Oh, I understand why the hype because
some songs, if you really listen to them, I'm not even just talking about Chris and Drake. I'm talking about in general. If you listen to a lot of popular songs, you'll be like, would we really like this if it didn't have so much hype?
The thing I like about Chris, Chris made songs for he was coming up. Poppin' was more for the kids and stuff. When he first came out. Give me that. When he had that, I was like, okay, he's different. And I seen him dance. I was like, okay, different. But then when he made
his album with you, which one?
What's the song when everybody was doing the dancing? You know what I'm talking about?
Wall to Wall.
Which one?
Wall to Wall.
Yeah, that was more.
No, what's his joint with T-Pain?
Kiss Kiss.
You got the love it.
That was I'm talking about the one when he
was this?
Oh no, he's talking about Fine China.
Yes.
Oh, he was talking about Fine China.
He made that song.
Okay, we want Fine China so bad
because that was like
I feel
Chris went from the popping and the wall to wall.
When I was in middle school, he was on Fine China.
He pulled us in, which I'm like,
now that you say that, I think Fine China was one of the songs that made a shift in his career. Like I think Fine China is a song that really put him up.
But that's when he got in that Michael Jackson bag too.
Yeah, made older people. This opened my eyes. I knew he was good.
Yeah.
When he did the popping, give me that and all that. When he did Fine China, he had the older crowd like, okay, now we can gravitate. That's grown music.
Because he honed into that Michael.
He can gravitate. He can get both audiences. He can get the older crowd and the young crowd. But like I say, the last couple years, I guess,
he has good music, but his albums now are not. Yeah, first of all, they're too long, and they're oversaturating. He's oversaturating his albums, but there's good songs in there. But you gotta search for them. That's too much work.
Somebody say a lot of his songs. Okay, I'm just saying you gotta search for them.
So for me, you gotta search for them. Everything on that album was not worth it. I listened to 11:11, but it wasn't.
It's like Drake. When Drake had that CD, that pretty much was Miami Club.
Before the Dogs was good. Oh, you talking about Honestly Never Mind?
All that.
Honestly Never Mind was terrible.
That was pretty much a Miami Club scene.
On Chris Brown songs, albums, you're gonna get at least three 3 good hits.
For sure. That's a guarantee.
Every time.
That's a guarantee.
You said 3.
Yeah.
Okay, but let me tell you this.
Every time.
And you go back to Mike album, how many you get on his album?
On his album,
how many you get? You said 3. You just said 3.
But Chris Brown got way more albums than Mike.
Okay, but what they got?
It's the
quality of the album.
It's different.
Mike gave you hits off the wall. He left his brothers. His first album, he produced so many hits on that off the wall album.
Right, it's errors, man. It's different errors. It's different.
But guess what? But I'm gonna show you the biggest difference. I'm gonna show you the biggest difference.
How
you can play
Mike the only artist that can go. Oh, because we be talking about this. Michael Jackson's the only artist I can think of that went all the way from the 70s to the 80s to the 90s to the early 2000s to the 2010s, and each album sounded like that era. Like his Invincible album for the 2000s, it sounded like the 2000s, but it was perfect for Michael. Like his 70s joint, they sound 70s, but they was perfect. Who else you know can pass through all these years? And each album busts. Even the Escape album, like Michael's album that was posthumous, he wasn't even on it.
Chris Brown, all his albums don't bust, bro.
But you got Chris ain't had it longer time.
You a Chris Brown fanatic.
I ain't no Chris Brown fanatic.
I feel like
I just know good music and good entertainment.
You know what you think is good to your ears. It ain't
so you think Chris better than Mike?
Yeah, I think you do. Yeah. He's saying Chris better than Mike.
You think so, Mr. Durrell? That's a lie. That's a lie. And she's on Chris bad. Like
Chris Brown bad.
Listen, this is what I gotta deal with every day. This dude here, he's talking about I'm in my ways. He think LeBron James is better than Mike.
Man,
he think Chris Brown is better than Michael Jackson.
He gonna keep saying
it.
He gonna choke you.
He ain't gonna choke me because he know I tell the truth. No, but this is what he think Chris Brown is better than Michael Jackson,
bro.
And this is crazy.
That's our category.
And like I say,
I just showed him the tour. Chris is amazing, but
Chris is watching the shows, man.
Listen, he flipped the other day. Yeah, I seen the other day he was on the tour and he was flipping and doing all. Okay, yeah. I'm not paying. I'm not paying to go see. I ain't paying nobody to see no damn gymnastics. I'm coming to see you sing. Nigga flipping and going. I ain't that. Listen, if he doing that, fine. Mike is an entertainer. Mike ain't got to go out there and flip and do all that stuff. So you gonna see acrobatic show? That what you gonna see?
He just do it for a little flavor.
Yeah, he flipping all right.
No, he could really stand there and
he gonna break something like. Oh,
he could.
Chris Brown could really stand there in the crowd.
If Mike is here, Chris is about to close the stage.
Yeah, I give you that. I'm not taking that from him. This is about them two. Mike is here. Chris is here. Chris and Usher like right here. Mike is here.
Man, you must be.
Huh?
Usher right up there with Chris now.
Hear me out.
Usher.
No. I say he's up there. I didn't say. I say he's up there.
What do you think? Usher is better than Chris?
Like Mike is 1. Okay, like Mike is 1. Chris Brown is 2A and Usher's like 2B. Okay. That's how I look at it. I
got Chris and Usher matching.
I got Chris just a tad bit better than. I think personally Chris got more hits than Usher do. But that Confession album, Chris ain't got nothing period can touch that album.
We know how you feel.
That's the greatest album of all time.
I'm trying to tell you, bro, because it's different eras. During that time when you had to go to the store and get a CD or get an album. Now Chris is in the era where he's just throwing everything on social media.
I'm about to say, and now people don't be listening to music to listen to it. They just only know the hits, what's popular at the moment. Mm-hmm. I feel like back then, like, okay, let's be honest. If Chris Brown was like relevant back then, he was to drop an album. Like, I feel like everybody would know the album from top to bottom because you're gonna put it on the stereo and let it play all the way to
these days, like the song y'all put out there with Chris Brown. They only played 1 or 2 songs off of that, and that's all you hear.
Yeah,
that's it. They're gonna keep them winding. That's it. So my thing is, when you sit there to say that the album is good, I ain't heard nothing.
But that's why somebody who really study music, you gotta just listen. Like I'm not really like how she is with Chris. But when 11:11 dropped, I was like, let me listen just to give it a chance. Mm-hmm. Did I like much on there? Not really. It was about 2 or 3. But I sat there and I made my way through all 22 of them songs just to see what was going on. Because I mean, he Chris.
You put 22 on the CD.
I did. I really did. I said Alexa play 11:11. Put it out.
What you saying? If you say you like 3, so you got 19 boo-boos on there. What's the point of having an album?
Some songs aren't boo-boos, but you know some songs don't stick with you. Yeah, like you'll hear them somewhere else, you be like, okay, that was cool, but it ain't nothing I'm adding to my phone.
Okay, cool. So
Mm-hmm. So like it's like he got some okays on there.
Well, like I say in the comments, please let us know who you like better, Mike or Chris. Plain and simple, and tell us why, or tell us why we wrong or why we right, or tell us is it even or whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. But make sure you hit that like, subscribe, comment button. We want to thank the young ladies here, Deja for coming through, my daughter for being here, and this joke over here, Santi's Finest and
he is, stop playing him,
and all this other stuff. So, hey, Choke Show, we're gonna holler at y'all later, man. Hit the like, subscribe, comment button. Talk to y'all later. Peace out.
Peace out.
Okay, now let's record our own about boy bands.
Oh, please.